Okay, we're going to set up the Windsor mid-mount alternator bracket kit now. So you're going to have two main billet parts. You're going to have your rear plate and your front plate and your bolts and spacers. You've also got your timing pointer. The timing pointer will stack into the spacers. So first thing you want to do is start to assemble the bracket on the bench, which is my preferred way, and then we'll go to the engine and put it onto the engine. So we'll get the longer 5/16 and put it through that corner on the front plate. And then we're going to get the middle-sized length spacer. Pop that on there. Top hole on the timing pointer, like that. Then you've got your rear plate going like that. Now what I like to do is I like to attach these two. But first we need the 3/8 cap screw. That can pop in there. Now you want your 3-inch spacer and your 4-inch cap screw. We're going to work with this hole here above the R in the logo. And we're just going to pop that spacer on there. Bring it around and then loosely tighten that up. Now you're going to have a stack. It's going to be much easier to handle because it's bolted together. So you get your 3.5-inch 5/16. That's going to go down the bottom here, in through the timing pointer in the bottom. Perfect. Now we're going to work on the rear spacers. So you're going to have two 15mm spacers and then your leftover 61mm spacer. Now this is ready to go and we can attach this to the engine now as it is. Okay, so the next step is bringing the bracket up to the engine. Now what we're going to do is work with these three holes here. We've got the timing pointer, and the earth strap hole. So what I like to do is get the longer screws, which is the timing pointer screws, into the engine, and they can start to support the bracket. And then we're going to get the 3/8 cap screw into the earth tab hole. And you can lightly tighten that up. And then we can start to work on these 5/16. The key trick with the 5/16 cap screws and these alternator brackets is to get them in 95% of the way and then leave the rest of the bracket more or less loose. This is going to help with setting up the alternator. So setting up the alternator, we're going to use this hole here, which is a 7/16 hole, and our long 7/16 cap screw. And position the alternator in there. And then get that through the rear plate. That's going to support the alternator now. We can get the 3/8 by 1-inch cap screw into the top. Lightly tighten that up. Obviously don't tighten anything there yet because that needs to be adjusted for later. Then you can just go ahead and begin to tighten up the remaining 5/16 cap screws, which there are 3 of. You also have your adjustable timing pointer. Just set that to the 0 part on your harmonic balancer and then you can lock that off quite easily. Make sure all your bolts are rather tight and then you can just go on and adjust your alternator and get your belt tension. Some of the alternator bracket setups that we sell will have the eccentric idler pulley. We have a separate video if you need help with the eccentric idler pulley, and you can refer to our photographs of how we run our belts on these setups. But that's it. That's the Windsor mid-mount alternator bracket setup complete.